In this context, we acknowledge the significant investments in small modular reactors currently made by the United States. If these small modular reactor designs succeed in being licensed and become operational, I would expect this to provide a considerable boost for the nuclear market globally and would attract additional interest from European Union market players. In addition, I believe that addressing issues linked to the licensing processes and frameworks and to the transparent deployment of small modular reactors could be significantly aided by a structured dialogue. The European Union can provide the space for this structured dialogue to take place by existing bodies such as, for example, the Network of Nuclear Safety Regulators. In addition, the European Union is keen to tackle the challenges related to small modular reactors by participating in international cooperation schemes, as for example the ones organized by the International Atomic Energy Agency or the OECD's Nuclear Energy Agency. So, as I draw to conclusion, let me stress a number of things. Climate change calls for the implementation of drastic measures, and under the current circumstances, the reduction of greenhouse gas emissions appears as a critical path for stopping the further deterioration of the planet's climatic conditions. As shown by our estimates, the nuclear sector will continue to play a role in the European Union's and the world's electricity mix, and therefore in the clean energy transition as long as it respects the highest safety standards. It can also play a part in reducing our energy import bill and thereby help reinforce security of supply in those countries that choose to use it. I believe that international cooperation in developing new and innovative nuclear technologies is necessary and should include areas such as licensing and safety. In such a collaborative environment, the European Union and the US have a mutual interest to push for an innovative and competitive nuclear industry. Joint United States-European Union actions on small modular reactors could be a very good example of nuclear collaboration and could cover topics such as research and innovation, potential uses of small modular reactors for decarbonization and licensing. To this end, I want to emphasize the importance of continuing our cooperation through schemes such as the European Union-US Energy Council and take advantage of the momentum created in order to increase our engagement with the transatlantic energy industry. Thank you for your attention. And I pass the floor to my good friend, Secretary of Energy, Rick Perry.
Miguel, thank you very much, and it's indeed my great privilege to be here, and Ambassador Sondland and friends in the private sector that are here representing the small modular reactor industry. It is a very distinct and real privilege and an honor to be sitting in this room, to be addressing all of you at our U.S. EU Energy Council's high-level forum on small modular reactors. As Miguel and I, Ite, all made mention and notice last night, Fatih, this is a historic moment to be sitting together, and let me recognize Fatih Birol, not only a personal friend, but a great spokesperson for the energy industry, the sector that has taken a very important, a relatively new position, if you will, from the energy sources that are being developed around the world. I remind people on a regular basis that the answer to our challenges as a people almost always is found in innovation and technology. 15 years ago, we were told that all of the fossil fuels in the world had been found and we were done. But because of technology, because of innovation, the world has really changed, and there's some real opportunities. We're seeing energy emissions in particular being driven down because of this transformation to liquefied natural gas. I will suggest to you that that same innovation, that same technology, that some of you in your companies holding in your hand working with the expertise that's right along this table to my left at the U.S. Nuclear energy side, our national labs, that in that group are new innovations, new technologies that have the potential to change the world. Those who look backwards and say, here's where we are, here's where we find ourselves, I say that's your choice. You may, if you want to look backwards, but look out for running off the cliff. Look forward. Look to the innovators. Look to the technology that may be out there that can truly change the world. I happen to think it's an incredibly exciting time. And I want to say thanks again to this room, business leaders, government leaders who have come from far and wide to be in Brussels today. On behalf of President Trump, the U.S. Department of Energy, the American people, we are very proud to be co-host at this European Commission, and we thank you for making the day possible. Jeff Piper, Jeff, stand out away from the wall there and wave, and this guy made it possible today, and I wanted to say thank you for doing that. I know how much work it is to gather quite a group as you put here together. So thank you, Jeff, for the work that you've done, and delighted to be working together on nuclear energy. Thankful that on both ends of the Atlantic we understand how it can be used to enhance energy security. You've heard us talk about energy security a lot over the last few years, and in turn how that energy security transitions into energy, or not just energy, but into our generic prosperity, and certainly maintaining our freedom. I've been into many of your countries. Being over in Romania and talking with you, your leadership. Sometimes those of us who have never had the experience of living under oppressive governments, we don't understand it the way you do. And for the countries of the European Union who have had to live, we were in Lithuania and Latvia within the last 10 days, and talking to them about the challenges that they've had in the past, and the freedom that they're enjoying today, and how to maintain that and keeping it. And I'm one of those that believe that advancing energy security is right at the root of this. This is one of the things that every nation, from my perspective, needs. And they also need energy diversity. And if I could, for just a moment, let me speak from my perspective about my country. And as I mentioned earlier, it's through this cascade of innovative breakthroughs. The United States now produces energy more abundantly, more affordably, more cleanly, more efficiently, and from a wider diversity of sources than anybody even thought possible a decade plus ago. And we're ready, we're willing, we're able to help our allies and friends increase their diversity by expanding their energy choices. And for such countries, choice means this. If you were bound to just one nation for your energy needs, you're bound no longer. And so we offer our competitive alternative to the Russian Federation, for instance. If that country was restricted to just one energy source for those needs, they're restricted no more. And so we intend to offer not just our LNG, which we now export to 36 countries, 5 continents. We emphatically include our capabilities in nuclear energy, including small modular reactors. By sharing our nuclear energy technology, we're breathing new life into that great and noble vision, first unveiled to the world by President Eisenhower, a vision to convert nuclear power into peaceful energy for the whole of humanity. That vision, sadly, it grew dim with time, and in some quarters it was even extinguished. But today, under President Trump's leadership, it burns brighter than ever before. Today we are reviving, not reviling. We are including, not excluding. We are reaffirming nuclear energy as an indispensable source of energy for the world. And contrary to naysayers, nuclear energy is safe. Nuclear energy is clean energy. And that's why we launched the Nuclear Innovation Clean Energy Future Initiative. We call it NICE. NICE Future. NICE, huh? Nuclear energy is reliable, generating electricity 24/7. So wherever it's used. If the lights go out, it's not because of the source of energy losing its ability to produce power. It's for some other reason. So what are we doing to revive this critical energy source? We're increasing the longevity and the performance of today's nuclear reactors. I have the chairman of the Nuclear Regulatory Commission sitting just to my left. And Christine, thank you for the work that you're doing and the regulatory oversight and working with us to make sure that, and I might add, partnering with industry, we're helping extend the lifespan of these facilities of 60 to 80 years. And we're reducing the cost and improving performance. We're developing accident-tolerant fuels and other technologies. Second thing we're doing is striving to bring tomorrow's reactor technologies to market through the Gateway of Accelerated Innovation in Nuclear Initiative. That one has the acronym of GAIN, G-A-I-N. We're making our world-class nuclear energy testing facilities and advanced computing capabilities available to U.S. nuclear companies. NuScale sitting right across the way, Dan Poneman sitting over on that side, working with their companies as public-private partnerships to bring their expertise. I'm totally biased here, but we are home to some great companies. GE and Westinghouse come to mind in this field that are the best that the world's ever seen. Our efforts on behalf of small modular reactors, it started almost 2 decades ago. It started back in 2000 when our Department of Energy began working with Idaho National Lab and with Oregon State University. The resulting research led to the creation of NuScale and the leading, or I should say they are one of the leading companies in SMR development. Small modular reactors retain every advantage of existing reactors. The electricity that they generate is as reliable as coal. It's as clean as renewables. They can store multiple years of fuel on site, protecting against damaging price spikes, against blackouts caused by less reliable sources. But SMRs have powerful advantages of their own. They're smaller, they're more flexible, they require less capital investment, they can be placed in remote locations, unlike the larger nuclear plants. SMRs also offer distinct safeguards, security, non-proliferation advantages. They can power everything from military bases to remote villages and islands beset by tropical storms and hurricanes. I can assure you, as the governor of the 12th largest economy in the world for 14 years, when we had hurricanes that hit in the Gulf Coast, having the access to a device like a small modular reactor would have been absolutely indispensable as a tool to use. I think, Gordon, about what happened in Puerto Rico and the loss of power there, what one of these small modular reactors would have given to the people. That's exactly why our private sector continues to show interest in this technology. That's also why our governments show great interest in this technology. It's why also last year, to speed up the development and licensing of advanced reactors, President Trump signed into law 2 bills that directly impact and speed up this process. So what does the rise of SMRs mean to both sides of the Atlantic? For the developed countries of Europe and the United States, the advantages of SMRs and other advanced reactors provide a big boost for nuclear energy. And as I've said, when we boost nuclear energy, we expand energy diversity, we strengthen energy reliability, we safeguard the future for generations to come, and we become more energy secure. We simultaneously become more economically secure. But it doesn't end there. Energy security also bolsters national security, because when nations have secure energy sources, they can't be controlled by other countries wielding that energy as a geopolitical weapon. So in a very real way, small modular reactors can be yet another tool to help vulnerable nations take control of their destinies. So what about the rest of the world? If you look at a satellite picture of the globe, you will see vast tracts of land that are shrouded in darkness. Pretty stark images. Stark images that reveal a great tragedy, from my perspective. More than 1 billion people. 1 billion people are completely without electricity. And more than 1 billion more to that number, Fatih, that only have intermittent power. I think that's unconscionable. We can change that grim reality. We can disperse the darkness. We can bring life-changing power to these people. Imagine what small modular reactors and other technologies can do. Imagine them delivering power everywhere, bringing light to even the smallest villages, faraway hamlets dotting the globe. Imagine families across the globe receiving the life-giving power of truly reliable, affordable electricity, power for their homes, power for their schools, power that they've never seen in their lifetime. Imagine the growth being spurred, opportunities being unleashed, untold wealth created where once there was only destitution and despair. Imagine our fellow human beings rising out of poverty, reaching for the stars, and fulfilling their God-given callings and dreams. That's what reliable energy can do. That's what nuclear energy can do. And that's what our new technologies, including SMRs, can achieve. So it's within our grasp. Let's make it happen. Let us partner together across the Atlantic, finally make that dream of peaceful nuclear energy a full-blown reality for every part of this world. Thank you.